There is a sentence, just 7 words, that could save you thousands of dollars this year. Not by investing better, not by cutting coupons, not by switching banks, but by asking one question. 7 words. I'm over 65. What am I exempt from? That's it. And if you've never said those words to the institutions that collect money from you every month, there is a very real chance you are paying for things you do not legally have to pay for. Not because anyone lied to you, not because the exemptions are hidden in secret vaults, not because you did something wrong, but because the system is passive. It waits for you to ask, and if you don't ask, it continues billing. I want to walk you through this carefully and calmly, not emotionally, not conspiratorially, but clearly. Because what we're about to discuss isn't obscure. It's not fringe. It's not a loophole. It's policy. It's law. It's published. And in many cases, it's printed in the same documents that authorize the very fees you're paying. Let me explain why this matters so much. Across the United States, there are age-based exemptions, income-based relief programs, and senior-specific discounts built into federal law, state law, utility commission rules, banking policies, and insurance regulations. They exist for a reason. Lawmakers recognize that retirees live on fixed incomes. They recognize that healthcare costs rise with age. They recognize that property tax increases can force seniors out of homes they've owned for decades. So they created relief mechanisms. But most of those mechanisms require action. You have to apply. You have to request review. You have to check eligibility. And the institutions involved are not legally required to proactively enroll you in most cases. They are required to offer the program. They are not required to chase you down. So today, we're going to go through 7 major fee categories where seniors frequently overpay simply because they never ask the question. And before we go further, one important note. This is educational information. Eligibility rules vary by state, income level, and institution. Always verify directly with the agency involved. But verify, because the alternative is continuing to pay unnecessarily. Now let's begin with the largest category, property taxes. This is the single biggest line item for many retirees who own their homes outright. Here's something that surprises people. Almost every state in the country offers some form of senior property tax relief. It might be called a homestead exemption, a senior freeze, an assessment cap, a circuit breaker credit, a senior valuation reduction. The name changes, the structure changes, the income thresholds change, but the pattern is consistent. If you are 65 or older and own and occupy your primary residence, there is a strong possibility your state or county offers a reduction. In some states, the relief is modest, $300 to $800 annually. In others, it can exceed $3,000 to $5,000 per year, depending on property value and tax rates. And here's the key detail. It is often not automatic. You may receive your annual assessment notice every year without any mention that you qualify. The county may have your date of birth on file. They may know you're over 65, but they will not automatically apply the exemption in many jurisdictions unless you submit the application. That application is often 2 to 4 pages. Proof of age. Proof of primary residence. In some cases, proof of income. Processing times are typically 30 to 90 days. And once approved, the exemption often renews automatically or requires minimal annual confirmation. Yet enrollment rates are lower than they should be. Why? Because most homeowners assume if they qualified, the county would tell them. That assumption costs money. Now let's move to healthcare, specifically Medicare-related cost relief. Many seniors are aware of Medicare Part B premiums. Fewer are aware of Medicare savings programs. There are federal-state partnership programs designed to help low-income seniors pay for Part B premiums and sometimes other Medicare costs. The programs go by names like Qualified Medicare Beneficiary, QMB, Specified Low-Income Medicare Beneficiary, SLMB, Qualifying Individual, QI. The income thresholds are not as low as many assume, and the calculation of countable income under Medicaid rules excludes certain types of income or deductions. Many seniors assume they are over income without ever checking. If eligible, these programs can eliminate Part B premiums entirely. That's roughly $2,000 or more per year in savings depending on premium levels. Enrollment is not automatic. You must apply through your state's Medicaid office. The Social Security Administration does not automatically enroll you based on income. The information exists, but again, the system waits for you to ask. Now let's talk about prescription drug costs. Beginning in recent years, Medicare Part D implemented an annual out-of-pocket cap. Once you reach a specific threshold in covered drug spending, your cost for covered prescriptions for the remainder of the year drops dramatically, or to zero depending on the structure. But pharmacies do not always track this threshold perfectly in real time. Data delays happen, plan coordination issues occur. If you do not monitor your cumulative out-of-pocket total, you may continue paying copays after you have reached your legal limit. Most plans allow you to request a year-to-date total. Few seniors request it, especially toward the end of the year. That's a simple phone call. Can you tell me my year-to-date out-of-pocket total toward my annual cap? That information informs refill decisions and ensures you are not overcharged. Next, state income tax on retirement income. Not all states tax Social Security. Not all states tax pensions fully. Many states provide partial exclusions or age-based deductions for retirement income. But claiming those exclusions often requires entering specific amounts on state tax forms. If you use tax software and do not answer retirement-specific questions correctly, exclusions can be missed. If a preparer is unfamiliar with senior provisions, deductions can be overlooked. Some states allow amended returns going back 2 to 3 years. That's potentially thousands in refunds. The exclusion rules are not secret. They are published in annual tax instructions, but you have to look. Now utilities. Energy costs are rising nationwide. There is a federal program known as the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program. Income thresholds vary by state. Additionally, many utility companies offer senior rate discounts or low-income billing options approved by state public utility commissions. These are rarely advertised prominently. They may require proof of age and income. The savings may range from a few $100s to over $1,000 annually, depending on usage and climate. Again, enrollment requires inquiry. Now banking fees. Monthly maintenance fees on checking accounts range from $5 to $25 per month at major banks. Over a year, that's $60 to $300. Many large banks offer senior account tiers that eliminate maintenance fees for customers over a certain age. These accounts are not always prominently marketed. Branch staff may not proactively migrate you, but if you call and request a senior account review, you may qualify. Similarly, credit card annual fees can often be waived or reduced if you contact the issuer's retention department and express concern about the fee. Retention departments have authority to offer credits or downgrade options. They do not advertise this authority. You must ask. Finally, notary services. Many banks provide free notary services to account holders. Some county offices provide notary services for recorded documents at no charge. Public libraries and senior centers sometimes offer free notary events. Yet seniors frequently pay private notary services $10 to $25 per signature. Over time, those costs accumulate. Now let's pause. None of these programs are illegal loopholes. They were created intentionally. Legislatures voted on them. Regulators approved them. Banks implemented them. Utilities operate them under commission oversight. But passive systems benefit from silence. If 10 eligible seniors exist and 4 apply, 6 continue paying. The revenue from those 6 continues uninterrupted. No law requires proactive enrollment in most of these categories, so the pattern persists. Now I want to shift tone slightly. This is not about anger, it's about awareness. Institutions operate within legal boundaries. They publish eligibility requirements, but they are not obligated to optimize your finances for you. That responsibility falls on you, or someone advocating for you. And that's where the 7 words come in. I'm over 65, what am I exempt from? Say it to your county tax office. Say it to your state Medicaid office. Say it to your Medicare drug plan. Say it to your state revenue department. Say it to your utility provider. Say it to your bank. Say it to your credit card issuer. Ask calmly. Ask clearly. Document responses. Follow up if necessary. Most of these conversations take under 20 minutes. The cumulative savings potential can reach thousands per year. Now here's the deeper issue. Many seniors assume eligibility is automatically applied. That's rarely the case. Administrative systems require action, documentation, verification, confirmation, and silence defaults to standard billing. Now let's address a potential objection. What if I don't qualify? Then nothing changes. You confirm status, you gain clarity, you lose nothing but time. But if you do qualify and never check, The cost is ongoing and cumulative. 1 year becomes 5. 5 becomes 10. That's where real money disappears. Now consider this. Most seniors carefully evaluate investment returns. They worry about 1% portfolio fluctuations, yet may overlook $3,000 in preventable annual fees. Small recurring charges compound just like investment returns do. Avoided fees increase net cash flow. Net cash flow increases flexibility. Flexibility increases security. Security increases peace of mind. This is not about gaming the system. It's about participating fully in the benefits the system already authorizes. Now imagine you make these calls. Property tax exemption approved. Utility discount applied. Bank fees eliminated. Medicare premium reduced. Prescription cap monitored. Tax exclusion corrected. Credit card fee waived. The total annual savings might range from $3,000 to $9,000 depending on circumstances. That's meaningful. For someone on a fixed income, that may represent travel funds, medical expense cushion, grandchildren gifts, home maintenance budget, emergency savings buffer. It changes how retirement feels. Now imagine you never ask. Nothing breaks, bills continue, fees continue, and you assume that's simply how it is. That's the passive trap. Not malicious, just passive. So here's what I suggest. Make a list of every institution that drafts from your account monthly. County tax office, state tax authority, Medicare plan, utility company, bank, credit card issuer. Schedule calls over 1 week. Document responses. Follow application procedures where relevant. And review eligibility annually. Because thresholds change, policies update, and your circumstances evolve. The 7 words are simple, but they shift the dynamic. They move you from passive payer to informed participant. And in a system designed around application-driven benefits, participation matters. So before the next billing cycle posts, ask the question. Not aggressively, not confrontationally, just clearly. I'm over 65. What am I exempt from? And let the answer determine your next move. Because silence costs money, awareness keeps it.